Michelle, it's interesting that this is a fiercely competitive space. Does it just have to end in consolidation?
That's basically what the Cox family is saying. I mean, they have been owners of cable assets for 70 years, and the fact that they're now saying, okay, it's time to combine means that that's how fierce it is. And you know what's going on is cable companies have been making their revenue from internet, but everyone has broadband internet these days, and at the same time, the phone companies are getting into it, and people are cutting the cord, and so the idea is this is what they have to do to survive.
John Malone is the billionaire that's sort of behind some of these deals. In fact, maybe he signaled this earlier than the deal came about, right? He had an investor day saying, look, I want to combine Charter with someone else. I need to be able to make a deal here.
Yeah, this is one of those perennial deals that John Malone has wanted to do for more than 10 years. And it took time for it to get there, but in December or November during the Liberty Media Investor Day, he said it's gotten so competitive, the tech companies are allowed to just roam the earth without limits, and why should cable companies just be restricted to one part of the country? They should be allowed, Charter, he said, should be allowed to merge with Cox, Comcast, or T-Mobile. And I guess they chose Cox.
And what's interesting is that meanwhile, the T-Mobiles, the AT&Ts, the Verizons are busy trying to do wireless offerings. And they're almost offering their services to cable providers. Is this therefore going to get through regulatory scrutiny because it's just so fiercely competitive?
So it's going to be the big litmus test of the Trump administration to see how it's received. The companies clearly believe that they have a shot at getting it through. The way the cable industry is structured in the U.S. means there's not any overlap in terms of geographies that these companies play in. And I think part of why they're focusing on this competitive element is because their argument is we need to do this to survive.